Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Grogan, and what we're going to do today is we're going to work on Lesson 12, which is on keyboard input. Now, for this assignment, we're only going to work on one section, all right? It's going to be Section 7, all right? And there's actually, with this section, there's going to be a lot that we're going to do with it. We're going to, there are directions that are listed in the instructions part of Section 7, but we're going to deviate it from it just a little bit. What we're going to do is that we're going to really start to use, and what you'll see with both lessons 12 and 13 is that you're going to use, we're really going to start to do some creative things with JavaScript. And one of the things that we're going to be doing with lesson 12 in particular is that we're going to be utilizing something called the key down code. All right. And what the key down code accomplishes is that it checks to see if a key specified is pressed. And one way to look at it is that when you're playing a game on a computer, all right, it could be just like a simple, just even a simple computer game. All right. Just by using a laptop. All right. One of the ways that you can make a character move around on that game is that you can use the keyboard to move a character in different areas of the game. You can have it move up, down, left, right. All right. And what the key down code does is that, with JavaScript, it allows you to not only create the variable, but also have that variable move around however you want. Okay. So the key down code allows you to take that variable and move it in whatever direction that you want it to go to. All right. Whether it's up, down, left, right. And you could use whatever parts of the keyboard that you want for your key down code. And what we're going to be doing today is that we're going to be using the arrows, the up arrow, the down arrow, left arrow, right arrow. However, you can use it. Oftentimes it's used, the key down code could be used for any of the keys, like the letter A, F, G, H. Oftentimes it could be used as, you could use the space bar for the key down code too. All right. And I believe that in at some point in lesson 13, we might be doing that, using the space bar. But for lesson 12, section 7, we're going to be using the key down code. All right. And the other thing that we're going to be doing with this is that we're going to start to utilize the animation tab on JavaScript. And we're going to be doing a couple of things with that as well. So as I said, the only section that we're going to do is section 7. All right. And it is very important that you review this video and that you follow along with the changes that I make in this video. So that way you'll be able to enter in the code and submit the assignment to me. All right. So before we get into section 7, I'm just going to quickly go over section 8, just because it deals with the animation tab. And one of the things that you can do with the animation tab, and you may have already figured it out already, I did introduce the animation tab in lesson 6. And I had said at the time that we were going to start to really utilize the animation tab a few lessons from then. There's a lot of different ways that you can edit images on the animation tab, and we're going to utilize some of them today. In particular, these two, the counterclockwise rotation and flipping things, and flipping the image. All right. And also copying the image. All right. So you may want to make sure that you review this before you get started on lesson 12 here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right into section 7 of lesson 12. And again, this is the only section that I'm holding you responsible for. All right. There are a few other sections on this that kind of go over how the key down code works, but section 7 kind of is a good summary of it. And that's the only section that I'm going to hold you responsible for on this lesson. So section 7, all right, what you're going to do, okay, is that you're going to have a bug sprite, okay? It's right here, all right? And it responds to, there is another section in this lesson, an earlier section where you actually have this bug sprite move to the right, all right? But what we're going to do is that we're going to we're going to make a change to this because one thing you'll notice that there is a ladybug sprite right here. All right. My personal opinion, I don't think it really looks like a very good ladybug. So if you go on to the animation tab, which is right here, okay, you're going to see a couple of other images besides a ladybug. You'll see one of a bee and one of a fly. All right. The bee animation right here, we're actually gonna be utilizing this in lesson 13. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select the fly one. All right. The fly, it looks a lot better than the ladybug in my opinion. All right. But it also will give you a better representation of what we're going to be doing with this image today. So, what we're going to do is that we're going to make this fly move either left, right, up, or down, but we're also going to have the fly actually face the direction that it's moving. All right. So what you want to do here is that you want to create, you want to duplicate this image 4 times. All right. So what we're going to do is that if you notice here under fly, you're going to see right underneath the word fly, which is right here, you're going to see 2 little icons here. One for delete, which we're not going to touch. And then there's another one here called duplicate. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to click on this. All right. And I'm actually going to click on this again, and then one more time. So really what we want is we want to have 4 images of a fly. Okay. So it looks like that. You have a copy one, and there's another copy, and then there's another copy. All right. What we're going to do is that we're going to rename all of these images. Okay. And we'll leave this one like that. All right. And then this one, what we're going to do is that we're going to change the name of this from fly copy 1 to fly right. Okay, so it says fly underscore right. All right. Now keep in mind that an underscore is often used if you want to name a variable, if you want to have the variable, if you want it to have 2 words in it. All right. You can't have a space in between the words, but some people use an underscore there. All right. Where the space would normally go. So I'm going to leave it at fly right. Okay. Now, in order to make this image go to the right, okay, if we go over here, okay, we have on the right-hand side of this animation tab, you're going to see some icons here, okay. One is going to say, if you go to the second one down, all right, if you bring the mouse over each one, it tells you what it does, all right. This one right here, the second one down, it says flip vertically, okay. If you click on it once, you'll notice that the fly faces to the right. Okay, so it's very important. If you click on this right here, you click on it, it faces to the right. Okay, which is what you want. All right. So now not only do we have an image here that's called fly right, the fly is actually facing to the right. Okay. So now we go down to this one right here. Okay. And what we can do is we're going to get rid of this copy one stuff, and we're going to have it go fly up. Okay. So what we need to do is that we need to go over here and make sure that we have this fly facing upwards. All right. So on this, we're not going to use the flip vertically for this one. If we go to the third one here, right underneath where it says flip vertically, we have this here says counterclockwise rotation. So if we click on this once, fly faces downward. We don't want that. Click on it again. We don't want that. We'll click on it another time. He's facing up. So you have to click on, in order for the fly to face up, you have to click on the counterclockwise rotation 3 times. Okay. So now we have to go down to the last one here. Get rid of copy one. Hold on here. Okay, like that. Okay, so now we have fly down. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the counterclockwise rotation. Click once. There we go. So now we have 4 images. I created actually 3 duplicate images of this fly. Okay. Now, if you want, you can maybe even change this to fly left. Put an underscore there. Right. And we have 4 images of the fly. One is fly left, fly right, where he's facing right, fly up, he's flying up, and fly down, he's facing down. All right. And that's how that works on the animation tab. All right. So, so as I said, in order to make this, in order to create a duplicate image, you just click here on this little icon right underneath where it says fly left, and you create 3 duplicate images. All right. And then to make it the image face to the right, you click on flip vertically. You go here. To have it face upwards, you have to click counterclockwise rotation 3 times. To have it face down, you have to click on the counterclockwise rotation once. All right. And make sure that you rename each one. You'll see why in just a minute. Okay. So once you have all that done, you go to code, back to the code tab here. All right. And what we're going to do is, in order to make this work, all right, we are going to have to add 4 different if statements. All right. And we're going to add key down codes for all of them. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go right into the toolbox. We're going to click on control, and we're going to click on the if statement, and we're going to just put 4 of them right here, one after another. Okay. And we'll put another one, the last one right here. So you want to have 4 if statements. Okay. All like that. Okay. And what we're going to do is that we're going to put, for our conditional, all right, we are going to put in key down codes. All right. And I'm going to put one right here. Put one here. Put one here. And we're going to put one here. Okay. All right. So the key down code, all right, notice that even though it says key down, all right, it will have, right after it, it'll show the word up there. Okay. You can change that. All right. For the first one, we can just leave that as up. All right. And then for the second one, if we click over on this arrow, we could put, we'll go down. All right. Click here. We'll select left. All right. And then for the last one, we'll select right. Okay. All right. Notice that, you could, if you wanted to, but not for this, for the purposes of this assignment, you're not going to do it. You could add like where it says space, that what they mean is the space bar, and this letter A, it would be for the letter A. Now, if you wanted to, have it, using another letter, you would just put, and get rid of the A and put another letter in its space, whatever one that you wanted to use. All right. For the purposes of this assignment, we're not going to use that. All right, so we're going to go up, down, left, right. Okay. So, so we have our conditional set for all 4 of them. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that a little bit smaller because I want to focus more on the code here. All right. So, so what we're going to do, all right, for the first one, for key down up, all right, the code that we want to have run in here, if this is true, okay, we need to have some code down here, right? And we're going to put 2 lines of code inside each of them, all right? So what we're going to do is for the first one, we're going to go to sprites, all right? And what we have to do is that we have to set up code to make this character move up whenever we hit the up arrow, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Toolbox Sprites, and I'm going to select Sprite Y, okay? Because whenever your character is going up or down, you want to use the Y coordinate. If your character is moving left or right, use the X coordinate. So we're going to start off with Sprite Y, okay? All right. Now, and we're going to rename the variable bug, okay? All right. So After the equal sign, what we're going to do is we're going to go to Toolbox Math. All right. And we are going to select the subtract operator. Okay. Because if you think about it, if whenever your character is going up, the y coordinate goes down. So that's why we have to use the subtract operator here. All right. And then we're going to go to sprites again, and we're going to select sprite Y, put that right here, and we're going to change that to bug. Okay. All right. And over here, this represents the speed. So we'll make it 2. Right. Actually, no, I'm going to make it 1. My apologies. The reason being is that I want it at a slow speed, just so that way you'll get a better idea of how it works. The other thing that we have to do is that we have to put the sprite set animation label. So we have to go here, and we're going to put this here. All right. And we're going to name this bug. And we're going to select, it says animation 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to click here, and we're going to select the fly up. Okay. So that way it's facing up when it's going up. So if key down is up, that means when you hit the up arrow, the fly will go up. All right. So now, if key down is down, we're going to go here. I'll change this to bug. And then I'm going to go Toolbox Math. Now, when it's going down, the y coordinate goes up, so that's why we're going to use the add operator here. Sprites. And we're going to use bug y. Okay. +1. All right. That's how that works. So now, if key down is left, okay, what we're going to do, before I get to that one, I almost forgot, sprite set animation label. Change that to bug. And fly down. Okay. So now, key down is left, we're going to go to sprite X for that one. Change that to bug. Okay. Go to math. And when it's going to the left, we're going to use the subtract operator, because that's how, if you recall back on lesson 9, going from right to left, you have to use the subtract operator. Okay. Let me go here. Bug. Keep that at 1. All right, remember to use the X coordinate here for both of these. Okay. And then go to sprite set animation label. All right. We have bug. Change that to bug. And fly left. Okay. And for the last one, key down to right, we go to sprite X. And we change that to bug. All right. And we go to math, and we're going to select the add operator for that one. Like that. And go bug. And we go +1. And then we have the bug set animation. Oops. And we change that to a 1. There we go. Now, sprite set animation label, like that. And fly right. There we go. Okay. So now, one last thing that we have to do, if we go back up here, and we have the variable set at bug. The set animation is ladybug, but we're going to change that to make that fly left. All right. Okay. All right. So, and I decided not to change the overall variable. I mean, I could change the variable to fly, but if I were to do that at this point, I'd have to change all of these from bug to fly. All right. Flies are pest anyways, so that's fine. So what we're going to do is that we're going to reset and run the program. All right. All right. So we have our fly. Okay. Our fly is set. All right. And we have our 4 if statements at this point. Key down is up, fly goes up. Key down, down, the fly goes down. Key down left, should fly left. Key down right, goes to the right. All right, so we're going to test it out. So we're going to start by going up. So what you want to do is you want to take the, you go on the keyboard and select the up arrow. This should go up. Now it's going at a slow rate of speed because I set it up at 1. All right. If I were to change this to 2, all right, this guy will go faster. Oh, hold on here. There we go. Goes a little bit faster. Okay. I'm going to keep it at 1 just because it goes at a slow rate of speed. All right. Just so I can show you how it works. All right. So that works. So if we go key down, down. All right. Now the key thing is that you have to hold down on the key down. All right. All right. If you don't hold on the key down, if you let go of the key, if you let go of the down arrow, it stops. Same thing for up. All right. Now I'm going to try the left one. If I hit the left arrow key, he goes to the left, and he's facing left. If I click on the right arrow key, he goes right, and he's facing right. Okay. So not only do what I just did there is that, all right, is that I have our fly set up. Okay, set up at the left. All right, facing left. All right, and if you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to change the speed on this just so that it goes a little bit faster. All right, I didn't realize that 1 was going to go as slow as it was. All right. One of the things that I've noticed with these computers is that sometimes they, the laptop computers, they do run a little bit more slower than the classroom computers. All right. All right. So just to make it more realistic, if I hold down the arrow key, okay, if I hold down the left arrow key, flies to the left. If I hold down the right arrow key, flies over to the right, and he faces right. If I want him to go up, I hold down the up arrow, faces up. If I want him to go down, he faces downward and goes down. Okay, and the reason why is because I have the this code here. Okay, when he's going down, all right, as he's facing down, but he's also going in the direction that he's going because I have this code set up right here, and I have the animation set up, the set animation set up, so that way he's facing the direction that he's going. Okay, in order to get your character to not only go the direction that you want it to go, but actually face the direction that he's going, you have to have all these if statements set up, and you have for each if statement, you have to have a condition where if you press down on any particular key, it will go in the direction that you want it to go, and it will actually, the animation has to be set up so that way it can face the direction that it's going. Okay, and that's where the set animation comes in. All right, that's how all of that works. Now the key thing here with the key down code, no pun intended, is that when you have the key down code, you have to hold on the key in order for it to work. If you just tapped on it, like for instance, if I were just tap like that, it will just, the animation will change, but it won't move if I don't hold down on the key. Now, in the next lesson, there's going to be codes. There'll be some codes that will be introduced that will allow you to just tap on the key in order for it to move. All right. And there's also other keys or other codes that are set up that will respond to the click of the mouse. We will get to that in lesson 13. All right. So like I said, that's all that you really need to do for lesson 12. It is kind of a lengthy section to go through, so that's why I'm only holding you responsible for section 7. And if you have questions on it, feel free to ask or hit me up on Zoom chat. All right. Thank you very much.